Final term leading Fitzroy by 3 points. Who is going to win out in the end? Who can last the longest in what's been a pretty torrid battle? A long sweeping handball down to the Richmond half-forward line. Thornton couldn't take it within the first time. It does so the second. Well played, Ross Thornton. Long down towards Quinlan. With him is Jess. And it's Jess who has the support of Smith and Landy, able to get out of trouble. Landy goes wide towards the half-back line, and the mark taken there by Brendan Barr. Barr up towards centre wing. Waitman under pressure from Laurie, fisted wide and over the line. Throw in on the outer side. Manton, Tilley. Manton trying to use the body. Tilley takes it. His hurried right foot kick straight to Anir. Anir finds Michael Roberts. He's been pretty quiet, Mike. Towards half forward. The back was Laurie, unable to mark. He does have support. Keane is on the ground, the boy from Koroit. His kick under pressure, and it goes over the line. Well, they came back strongly, the Tigers, Robert, in that third quarter, particularly late. Can they keep it up?
It's hard to say, Sandy. It's a 6-point lead to Richmond at quarter time. Fitzroy led by 9 points at half time. Richmond by 3 points at the moment. So it really is anybody's game. Poole. It's the hand pass in. Got Walsh coming through. Bauer took it. Gave it on to Landy. A poor hand pass. Put Landy under pressure. A good tackle against Conlon. A loose ball picked up by Richard Osborne. Straight to Barwick, who was tackled and lost it. But easy has then been free kick. Richard Osborne picks it up. Puts it towards the square. But Quinlan has given the lead, and Jess comes out with the ball. Has the lead from Poole. He doesn't let him down. He's able to come on. He's got the lead from Burton, but swings it back towards Manton in the centre. And a great mark by Paul Roos coming across on the side into the front position. And Roos, as usual, has been an excellent player in that centre half-back position.
Half-back.
No, good umpire Dennis Rich saying it wasn't the fault of Philip Egan. And Roos now. And to go long. And a well-judged mark that time by Tim Pekin. Pekin has been a pretty quiet player today.
Short. McIver steadies, but off target as he swings in towards goal and out of bounds on the full. No change in the score. Richmond lead by 3 points. The opening 2 minutes of this final term, and the Ghost goes to the outer side of the ground. Hurt has been one of the real flyers. No mark on that occasion. In fact, the free kick will go the way of Richmond, and it'll be taken by Bomber Jones. Looks to get play moving. Does so quickly. The hand pass to Mick Roberts in towards Paul, who takes it right in the middle. He threaded it through 3 players then. He plays on. Needs a running player. Finds one in Landy. Back pedals. Gets the handball clear. Now the opportunity for Sakaski to go down towards half forward. Roach buffeted it out. At the back, Eustace snaps in towards goal. It's a fair-looking snap, but just off target and 1 point under. Mark Eustace has contributed 1 goal, 3, and the margin is now 4 points favouring Richmond. Grant Laurie, short. Graham Osborne has Michael Reeves running. He's down to half-back to McIver in the middle. Fitzroy surge forward. Out comes Quinlan. The ball pushed far too far out in front. He's under pressure. Does it well. Needs support. Gets it in the form of McIver. Hurried left foot kick down towards Conlon, who tried to tap it forward. Jess comes bursting through. Gives it towards Landy. Finishes up with Jimmy. And the Tigers almost out of trouble. They will be now if Mike Roberts gets his kick in time. He does, but under pressure. And McIver once again sees it over the line.
Both sides making mistakes, but most of them with endeavour, so I'm sure that neither coach would be too upset as Manton gets up high. Doesn't get it to a teammate though. It's picked up by Keane, but not before the umpire had blown the whistle and elects to bounce the ball. Bounce to be taken place across the half-forward line for Fitzroy, with Fitzroy holding a 4-point advantage 5 minutes into the final term. A clear tap. Bauer picks it up. Thought about the hand pass. Now elects to go in towards the centre. James in the front position. Over the back it comes. Leon Harris with a hand pass to Barwick. Barwick puts it down, looking for Quinlan. Jess up high, thumps it away, but it goes to the opposition. Roos picks it up, stabs at the goal, and it's 11-point lead held by Fitzroy as Paul Roos continued on the ground. A loose ball coming across when it was punched away from Jess, and 1 goal, 2 goals now to Paul Roos.
Inside this compact new video camera is a full-size VHS recorder. National call it the VHS movie. Easy movie.
In some tyre stores, especially those owned by tyre manufacturers, your choice of brands could be limited to only one. At Bob Jane T-Marts, they carry a wide range of the best Australian and imported brands. And with over 80 T-Marts fitting thousands of tyres every day, Bob Jane has the buying power to heavily discount every one of these top brands. So always get a competitive price from your Bob Jane T-Mart. You get a wider choice and a better deal on tyres.
Australia now has a luxury car that challenges the standards of those expensive Europeans. It has lavish appointments, even leather if you wish. It has electronic fuel injection, a 4-speed automatic with overdrive, central locking, cruise control, power-operated windows and external mirror. Everything you'd expect of a European luxury car, except the price. The new Holden Calais, a world-class luxury car Australia can be proud of.
Scotch?
And soda.
Schweppes, of course. Good Scotch is expensive. So don't risk spoiling yours with just any mixer. Only Schweppes has the quality to complement the finest spirits, because only Schweppes has Schweppescence. Thousands of tiny bubbles that last the whole drink through. You can never have too much of a good thing. Mix with the best. Mix with Schweppes.
Another day in Melbourne. Today, people will have another chance to pollute our water with toxic waste. Another chance to commute to work in vehicles in need of repair. Other people will try to take you any way they can. That's why the Day by Day team spends so much time on investigative reporting. We have to. We live here too. Day by Day with Mark Day, following Mal Walden and 7 national news. The more you watch, the more you'll know.
Well, 2 points favouring the Roys. Here's the bounce as they once again regain the lead. Can the Tigers answer the challenge? Fitzroy were able to right up to this 3rd quarter. But then it was Richmond who took over. Now they're back again as Waitman gives it across to Anir. Oh, his handball goes a little too far. It's taken by Laurie. He goes short to Osborne, Graham Osborne, and the Roys are out of trouble again. Wide towards the wing, Richard Osborne is there. So too Graham Landy, and it will be the latter who's under plenty of pressure pushing it over the line.
Graham Landy playing his 150th game today, and although his opponent Richard Osborne has kicked 3 goals for, Landy has been a very serviceable player for the Tigers. Man.
Osborne well smothered by Peter Francis, and another throw. Good performer in the Army Reserve Cup last week. Got his chance in the seniors today.
I feel quite at home here at Prince's Park.
Certainly would, yes. Kurt almost lent on Manton. Francis just a little too far out in front of Philip Walsh. But the umpire said it's still in play. Roos couldn't take it. Paul caught. Roos again, his immediate opponent. Gets the handball out towards Graham Osborne. He scoots away from Bomber James. Goes with a hurried kick up towards the left half forward flank. And once again, another good mark taken by Gary King. The left foot drop punt in towards Quinlan. Conlon is there as well. Jess coming in over the top, and the umpire will come in and decide upon a bounce of Michael Roberts. Just leaning up against them. 2 points the margin, favouring Fitzroy. It's a desperate game for both sides. How did Jimmy just run into the umpire? I would appreciate that. You'll have another bounce. Still down in the Lions attacking zone. Goal from Roos has seen them regain the lead. Quinlan again. And is it going to be rushed over for 1 point? Yes. 3 points now the margin. Jimmy Jess to the outer side. A good-looking drop punt. Trevor Paul gave a bit of a nudge. Waitman lends support. Here they go again through Bauer. Up towards the half-forward line. Eustace beaten foot on this occasion by Laurie. He scoots away. Spears one in towards the middle. Well done by the big fella Manton to effect the spoil. Now a chance for the Tigers. The hurried kick goes down towards Roach. Has kicked 5. And it was Chris Burton who speared it into him.
Good play by Waitman to get it to Sandy.
No word. So Michael Roach, a chance to regain the lead for Richmond. Drop punt. And the goal umpire has a good look and says, "You've done it, Michael, you've done it." They're back in front. A margin of 3 points favouring the Tigers, and Michael Roach has contributed 6 goals to date. What a fine performance it's been by the 2 spearheads for these respective teams. 16-15 to 16-12. Centre bounce once again. From the centre, Manton tries to come over the top. What a difference he's made since going to the ruck. Blakey couldn't take it away. Through the legs of Roos, down to Richmond's attacking zone again. Roos butters up for a second one. Leon Harris gets a hurried kick, hits the Richmond trainer, and goes off the boot of Doug Barwick over the line for another throw.
It was nearly a nice pass from the trainer to Anita.
10 minutes played. Absolutely anyone's. No idea who's going to run away with this one yet. Waitman, Michael Roberts, a roundhouse right, straight to Leon Harris. Leaper gets a hurried kick in towards the centre area, taken by Landy, goes for a long handball to Bomber James. He's clear, scooting away from Paul Roos, up towards the half-forward line. Roach is there at the back. Grant Laurie is there for Fitzroy. Kept in play, however. Now Reeves goes in, and he is over the line with the football. Another throw. Oh, pressure on everywhere around this one.
It certainly is, Sandy, with a 3-point lead held by Richmond. 10 minutes have gone in the final term here at Prince's Park. Roach up high. Tilly almost took it. Ania comes through, trying to get the hand pass out. Now he gets it out to Bauer. A high floating kick towards the goals. It won't make the distance, and the mark's taken by Leon Harris, who, playing on immediately, gets the hand pass to Pert. Pert has time to steady, goes short, looking for and finding Doug Barwick. Barwick, midway between centre wing and centre of the ground. A nice kick from Barwick towards half forward. Richard Osborne up high, didn't hold it though. Picked up by Poole. The hand pass from Poole towards Smith. Smith shows a good turn of speed. Breaks the tackle, touches the ball on the ground, goes for the pass. Eustace on the chest. Mark Eustace now plays on immediately, gets the lead from Roach, and he takes the mark. So Roach has kicked 6. Richmond holding a 3-point advantage. Can Michael Roach make it 11 minutes into the term? And Michael Roach, fairly acute angle, but he's only 25 metres out. Kick from Roach, across the face of goal, in fact doesn't make the distance, and it's stumped through by the Fitzroy defence for 1 rush point to the Tigers.
4 points the margin. Some 12 minutes played. Ross Thornton to bring it back into play. We've got players running everywhere, trying to pick each other. Philip Walsh, Doug Barwick needs support, almost dropped it. Gets it across to Gary Pert. A high kick in towards the centre. A terribly difficult one to mark. Great courage shown on that occasion. Still in the middle. Eustace trying to come away with the football. Can't do so. Trainers and runners going everywhere at the moment. There's a player down.
Tilly down, I think.
Tilly down, not moving behind play. Now he is, and I would say he'll be decently winded after that encounter. Here's the bounce. Players everywhere around the ball. Manton goes in strongly, wins the tap. Here's a chance for Sakaski if he can get onto his right foot. He does, but he goes wide. Roach is there, Notting also as leaving the ground. There's Tilly. Bad news for Fitzroy. He's battled his heart out.
Not too bad at the moment. I think he'll be back on in a moment, Sandy.
Keane wins it straight to Laurie, but beautifully tackled. Bomber James.
Oh, the man, James.
Kick.
No, the other way.
too. And listen to the fans. Play on is the call. Harris runs round him, gets clear, and puts Fitzroy into attack.
MacGyver gave Poole a little bit of a nudge. He came over the top of him, but Poole's able to get it to Roberts. Roberts towards the half-forward line. Harris taps the ball down. The big fellow Manton kicks the ball off the ground. Comes towards Paul Roos. A quick hand pass from Roos to Leon Harris. Out wide now, and Rowe swings it back in towards the centre. Straight to the opposition, though, and John Anita takes the mark. Plays on immediately. Looks wide. Smith not quite ready for it, but Pert misses the centre, and now Smith comes out with it. Pert trying to make amends. Smith wins the ball, loses it, can't pick it up, and up comes back, gives the hand pass on, and it's Burton. Burton's kick touched. Ball play on is picked up by Francis, up towards the square. Roach is there for the Tigers. Almost a good mark in the last line of defence by Roos. He plays the ball forward. Picked up by Thornton, wobbles towards the boundary line, and a throw-in will take place. Forward pocket for Richmond, with Richmond holding a 4-point lead, 14 minutes into the term.
Real desperation. One straight kick in it. The Tigers coming from behind, snatching the lead. Can they hang on to it? Philip Walsh, hotly pressed by Doug Barwick. Over the line and another throw. Midway through the last quarter. Pert. Roach. Pert. Too much strength on that occasion. Used his body nicely. Back down towards the centre. At the back, Sikorsky. Will he get a favourable bounce? He does, but he's very quickly tackled. Brown, oh no, he said held whilst not in possession, and he'll get a free kick. This crowd offering the umpire advice. Whether he takes it, we don't know. Play on is the call. A good handball. Burton's kick towards full forward. Roach from behind. Gave a nudge, but has he got it? He's got it. Michael Roach had kicked 6. And this one, should he kick it, will give the Tigers a 10-point lead. 15 kicks, 11 marks. 9 performances, isn't it, by a full forward, and so far 6 goals. And now goals 4 to Michael Roach. 6-4, and Richmond lead by 5 points. Roos, no one on him. Can go over the top to Jamie Cooper. Used also today as an interchange player with Keane, but the kick is a poor one. The disposal not good. Now an opportunity for Bomber James to spear a pass into half forward. Here go the Tigers again through Burton up towards full forward. Roach getting back on it. He's got it. Tremendous mark by Michael Roach under enormous pressure. 6 goals for. And an angle that should not bother him. Michael Reeves saying to the umpire, he's a hard man to handle. And he is. This could make the margin 11 points. But just that was a good hard effort, Fitzroy. He hits the post and he cannot believe it. So now we do have 1 straight kick in it. And I'll tell you what, posters have been with Michael today. That's the 3rd one. Could we have a tie? Scores level at the end of this game. Who knows? Barwick sending Fitzroy forward as he scoots away up towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Waiting down at the back was Osborne. Gives it across to Mickey Conlon. Mick, you can cover yourself in glory. He fires towards goal and puts it through and scores level.
Well, they say winning isn't everything, it's just all there is. That's why I won't settle for second best. Well, not without a fight anyway. I trust Nissen and I trust the team behind it. The same trust that you can put in your Nissen from your Nissen deal. You know, buying a car is like racing a car. Your aim is to come out a winner. Great cars, great backup, great value. Just can't lose at your Nissan dealer.
The new Hoover President dishwasher is so quiet, it's quieter than a mouse. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
While you're clocking up time, money and distance chasing business, others have discovered a faster way to get the show on the road. Get on the phone and get on with business.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia on NEC, Australia's champion colour TV. Seen them run, swim and fall, seen them hit and do it all. NEC, our champion colour TV.
From the Champs in Colour TV comes a knockout selection of portables, like this handy little all-rounder. See the whole range of NEC's affordable portables at your retailer now, and you'll see why NEC is leading the field.
NEC, our champion colour TV.
Richmond. Pert of Fitzroy. Manton gets the tap. Pekin taps it on again. McIver picks the ball up. Hooks it over the shoulder towards half-forward. And it's done by Richard Osborne. Osborne has kicked 3 goals for. He's a beautiful kick of the football. And he'll have no trouble with the distance. A lack of Richmond defenders down the ground. So they're leaving plenty of space for Bernie Quinlan if he wanted to lead. But I'm sure Richard Osborne will have the shot at goal, but nonetheless, I do feel that there should be more than Jimmy Jess standing on the goal line. A kick from Richard Osborne. There's no worries about that. Right over the fence, into the crowd, and through for full points. 4 goals to Richard Osborne, and Fitzroy lead by 6 points. 120, 114. 18-12, 16-18.
What a dramatic change has come over this game in just 2 minutes. Richmond looking at an 11-point lead. They're now staring at a 6-point deficit. Still plenty of time, though. Approaching the 20-minute mark of this final term. Here's the centre bounce. 6 points favouring Fitzroy. From the middle, Manton, the big fella, trying to send the Tigers forward. He goes out short, finding Walsh. Now Walsh has got a panic. He can steady. Put out the pass towards Roach. Can he get there? Yes. And I think Reeves has done a hamstring. Yep. Trying desperately to chase Michael Roach. Now, what points is he up to? 6-5?
6, Andy.
6-5, and of that, 3 have hit the post.
You want Michael Reeves out of the way before we'll have a kick from there, Sandy.
Yes.
In a bit of pain, Michael Reeves. Now, I really feel he must have torn that hamstring.
And given it a decent tear, too. And the stretcher's out now. Yeah. This waiting isn't going to help Michael Roach much, is it?
No, just puts that added pressure on Sandy. But Michael has missed his last 2, so on the law of averages, he's probably due to kick it.
Great drama as this game comes towards an end, with still either side capable of snatching it.
At this stage of the game, I doubt very much whether they need worry about going across the interchange.
No, I think they could just take it straight across the back.
They're not going to take any chances, Sandy.
Okay. In fact, they're talking, I think, conferred with the umpire. Now, Michael Roach. Looking for goal number 7. Looking to level the scores. And one man who can't look is Michael Reeves. Right, play, says the umpire. Roach. Got everything against him here. This is a pressure kick. The drop punt's on its way. And he's got it! What a pressure kick! What a pressure kick from Michael Roach. His 7th. Scores are level. And what a game this has turned out to be, Boston.
And Grant Laurie has gone to full back to pick up Roach. Not a task anybody would like when the full forward has kicked 7 goals, 5.
He lost the record.
Centre bounce. Manton, Keane in there now for Fitzroy. A high bounce it is. Keane gets a tap. Fresh air kick by Egan, who then dives in underneath. Tried to tap the ball forward. McIver comes in for Fitzroy, and another bounce will take place.
Just a couple of minutes away from entering time on. There will be a little bit of time on, what with Reeves leaving the ground as Keane tries to get clear. He can't. He's beautifully tackled. He's pinned for holding the ball, and Richmond will go into attack again. Manton, his handball is not good. Thornton couldn't intercept, but he's got support through Pekin. Pekin across to Bernie Harris. He's caught. Not before he gets it back to Pekin, trying to find Thornton. He's under pressure. They're all under pressure here at the moment. And eventually it's Francis who comes away. Gives it to Philip Walsh. Walsh to half-forward. Roach is out here again. Tried to tap it over the back. Here's an opportunity for Notting. Fires in towards goal, but he's off target. It could be the most valuable point kick for the day. They lead by 1 point, the Tigers, and we're about to enter time.
So Grant Laurie will bring the ball back into play for the Tigers. That's for Fitzroy, I should say. Straight up the centre. Keane in the front position. It's punched away. Harris gets tackled. Comes off. Keane picks the ball up. A high floating kick in towards the middle. McIver the favourite and takes a courageous mark. McIver hand passes to Leon Harris. Having trouble picking it up. He does so. Gets it to Pert. Pert caught one too high and he'll go back and take the kick right from the centre of the ground. Now I do believe that Pert will go for the long kick. Almost into the time-on period. Gary Pert. He's a beautiful kick, so I would believe he'd go long. Long it is. The torpedo punch kick. Right down towards the forward pocket. Osborne couldn't take the mark, but it's punched away by Landy over the boundary line, and a throw-in to take place in the forward pocket for Fitzroy, with Fitzroy trailing by 1 point. Bernie Quinlan, Jimmy Jess. Jess gets the tap. Eustace is there for the Tigers. Dives in, throws the ball back almost. The loose ball comes out again. Landy kicks it off the ground. Murray Brown picks the ball up. The hand pass to Richard Osborne, tackled by Roberts. He lost it. So too does Bernie Harris, and the free kick has gone the way of the Tigers. Smith of Richmond goes short. Finds Walsh. No, he's spilt the centre. The hand pass comes across. Conlon from Barwick to Barwick. Barwick snaps and scores a level. 1 point kick by Doug Barwick. 18-13, 17-19. 121 points apiece into time on. Jimmy Jess. Straight up the centre. Hoping for Manton. Keane up. Couldn't take it. Egan burst through. The wide hand pass taken by Burton. Burton puts it wide. A deliberate pass out wide to Bauer. Bauer puts it up towards the half forward. Notting out in front takes the mark. He'll be looking for Roach. No movement. So Notting goes long. Hopes for Roach. No, Roach cannot get there. His opponent does. And Grant Laurie takes the timely mark. Laurie puts it towards the centre wing. Keane in the front position. Punched away by Poole. Keane recovers well. Puts the kick towards half forward. It bounces towards the boundary line. Over the line it goes. And a throw-in will take place. Half forward flank for Fitzroy with scores level. Sakaski of Richmond. Conlon of Fitzroy. Now it's Manton. Manton against Keane. Manton grabs it from the ruck. The long hand pass. Cooper comes in for Fitzroy, just keeps it in play, up towards half forward. It's stumped away by the defence, taken by Manton. His hand pass over the boundary line, and once more a throw-in on the half forward flank for Fitzroy with scores still level, 121 points apiece. Pert coming in for Fitzroy. Manton gets the backhander, taken by Keane, floats the kick forward. Landy in the front position, comes away in good style, swings it wide. Eustace the favourite, and Eustace does not let him down. Plays on immediately. The hand pass to Egan. Egan from the point of the square. A poor hand pass. A favourable bounce to Burton. Burton goes goalward. He's offline. Just keeps it in play though, and Richmond back in front by 1 point. 122 Richmond, 121 Fitzroy. 2 minutes have gone in time on. Probably about another 4, maybe 5 minutes left to play as Grant Laurie brings it wide. Keane in the front position. No mark taken. Tapped on by Roos. Picked up there by James. Now Eustace. Eustace tried to get the hand pass. Kicked it off the ground. It floats towards half forward. Over the back came Notting. Picked up by Peake and a lovely hand pass to Pert. Pert taking a little bit too long, but now gets it to McIver in the centre. McIver now plays on from the centre. He directs it wide towards Osborne. Osborne up high, but it's punched away by Landy. Picked up by Quinlan. He dummies beautifully. Now he's got time to steady Quinlan's kick. Off the side of the boot, down towards the forward pocket, over the boundary line on the full. So the Richmond pressure temporarily relieved by a free kick. Michael Roberts with the kick. The short kick is there, and Bauer takes it for Richmond. So Brendan Bauer from the back pocket. In towards the centre. Pert can't take the mark. Over the back it comes. Burton picks it up for Richmond. A high floating kick. Cooper punches the ball away. Tapped on that time by Thornton. Picked up by Pert. The hand pass to Brown. Brown has the player loose. And Rowe takes it. Rowe from half forward goes long. It's across the face of goal. Out of bounds once again on the full. Still 1 point in the favour of Richmond. As Landy, not quite sure which way to go. Surely he's not going across the face of goal. A long kick from Landy towards half-back. Pert the favourite. Quinlan coming over the top. Pekin puts it towards half-forward. Conlon and Sikorsky. Sikorsky can't pick it up. Barwick does. Leon Harris to his brother Bernie. Bernie slips. The hand pass. Back now to Rowe. Rowe floats it towards the forward pocket. The mark is taken down there by Roos. Roos goes short into the square and Quinlan has taken it. No! Osborne a snap and smothered. Quinlan picks it up. The snap towards goal. Murray Brown's there and it's punched away over the boundary line. And still 1 point in favour of the Tigers. 4 minutes of time on play. 29 minutes gone in the final term. Over the boundary line it goes once again. Desperate play by both sides. Keane is there for Fitzroy. Quinlan at the back. Manton gets the tap. Landy, but it's through for one. No, it's taken by Landy. Landy puts it wide. Brendan Bauer leads in the race. Tackle by Rowe. He just breaks the tackle though. Up towards half forward. And Waitman takes the mark. 1 point in favour of Richmond. Waitman taking his time. Gets the lead, goes short to Roach. The sliding, there's the siren! Richmond have run out winners by 1 point. Richmond 17-20, 122. Fitzroy 18-13, 121.
With a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, the strong and the bold, for we're from Tiger. Yellow and black, we're from Tigerland.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season is proudly sponsored by Carlton, brewers of Foster's Lager, Australia's favourite beer.
Very little in the game right throughout the match at Princes Park this afternoon. 1 point in it. Fitzroy certainly having plenty of opportunities to score in the closing stages of the match. In fact, at one stage there, it was almost a comedy of errors, but a well-deserved win to the Tigers, and they are now certainly back in contention for Final Five honours. In the stats, Richmond, we see, were pretty well on top in most departments this afternoon. Final scores 122 to 121. Richmond on top in most departments of the stats, excepting the frees, but notably 37 more handballs to the Tigers. And in the goals for Richmond, Michael Roach was their main contributor. He finished up with 7. Bauer and Egan got 2 apiece. And for Fitzroy, Quinlan 6 goals, Richard Osborne 4 and Pert 3. Coming up on 7's Big League, Fantastic Footy Flashbacks. And tonight we feature a sharpshooter from St Kilda.
Here are tonight's Tats 2 results, just drawn under government supervision.
No matter how you plan to spend your retirement, one thing you're going to want is security. And that's exactly what Westpac's Club 55 offers. An investment package that gives you a high rate of interest paid monthly. Free advice on anything to do with your retirement or your money. Excellent travel benefits. And free access to all the advantages of our national electronic banking system. Most of all, it gives you a secure start to the rest of your life. Club 55 from Westpac, the bank.
These powerful new Hoover suction cleaners make light work of even the heaviest housework. Smashing. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
10, 9, ignition sequence, start.
Feel the effect of the new fuel-injected TX5 Turbo. Taking off at your Ford dealer now.
Welcome back to Sevens Big League, and let's check the leading league goal kickers after today's round of matches with one game to be played to complete round 6. Michael Roach now tear-away leader, but of course Warwick Kappa to play at the SCG tomorrow against Carlton. Bernie Quinlan 6 today for a total of 22. Simon Beasley 5 for a season's tally of 21. Tony Lockett got 5 last night playing against North Melbourne, and Brian Taylor also 5 goals today for a season's tally of 18. Speaking of goal kickers, we feature a Saints sharpshooter tonight in Fantastic Footy Flashback, and our host for that, as usual, Sandy Roberts. Good evening.
Thank you, Peter, and welcome once again to NEC Fantastic Footy Flashbacks. This week, something for St Kilda fans, who I'm afraid haven't had a lot to cheer about so far in the 86 season. But let's go back to the 70s and look at one of the stars that came over from Western Australia, played with the Saints from 1973 through until 1978. In that time, he amassed 108 league games, and during that time, kicked 284 goals. Georgie Boy, they called him. This week, we look at George Young.
But the umpire's let it go now, and play being transferred back toward the centre. Young, a beautiful mark with George Young.
Preston, and a mark taken here by Colling. That back line standing up pretty well for St Kilda as the ball goes back. A beautiful mark by Young.
To the flank on the outer side of the ground, or southern side, is Young racing for it with Rice. Young's got the break all right. Young steadies for St Kilda. It's a big kick down in the forward zone. It's gone through. It's gone through.
For the Saints until it's picked up by Cowboy Neal. Short pass, and it's through by George Young. This is to Callery. He taps it out nicely. There's an opportunity for Breen. He goes into the open goal. He shoots as a man in the square. Who is it? It's George Young. Muir to Colling to Judson. His kick up to where Young's in pretty good shape. He gets back and takes runs on and on. They're asleep there. American.
Nice kick too. It's a beautiful kick. Look at this, and at the back is Young. He always in plenty of trouble, and down he goes.
Picked up here and driven across towards Colling. In comes Elliott. He gets the ball over here to George Young. Young fires.
Theodore goes for the short pass into Georgie Young. Unable to mark the ball, Young. Theodore, left foot kick. Plays it a little bit wide. Going for the mark. No one can pick it up. A chance here for George Young. And the magic of George Young is there again.
Now for the ball to go deep into the forward line from the boot of Carter. Coming out there as Dittrich taps it over to Young. Young's got to run into an open goal and puts it through. Young, incidentally, was the leading goal kicker down at St Kilda on 4 occasions. His best was in 1978 when he topped the ladder as far as the Saints were concerned with 70 goals. This week, something special for St Kilda fans in NEC Fantastic Footy Flashbacks, George Young.
If you'd like to request a Fantastic Footy Flashback, address an envelope just like this and put your name, address and request on the back. You'll then be in the running to win one of 6 portable colour TVs or compact microwave ovens from NEC. And the end of the season draw for this outstanding 63cm stereo television and VHS video stereo hi-fi from NEC, high technology colour television and video.
Thank you, Sandy, and thank you, Don Rainsford. You're watching Seven's Big League. Coming up after the break, the battle of the grand finalists of last year, Hawthorn and Essendon from VFL Park.
Imagine your ideal personal computer. Small, packed with easy-to-use high technology, with an advanced new diskette, a professional typewriter keyboard, and plenty of easy-to-use software for the office and classroom. The ideal price? Good news. The new IBM JX workstation is the most affordable IBM personal computer ever. Now at your authorized IBM dealer.
Receive up to $1,100 cash rebate on IBM personal computers. Better hurry to your authorized IBM dealer. You're not the only one after a good deal.
Tu connais ce coupé sport européen? Il a un moteur de 2 litres très avancé. Portes à commande centralisée à distance. Oh là là! Climatisation, direction assistée et vitres à commande électrique. Jantes en alliage spécial très élégantes et un système stéréo formidable. Mais son meilleur atout est qu'il coûte moins de $21 000. Fair dinkum.
Hey, Wally. Yeah. Here are some more southern tourists. Okay, Frank. Just prop them up in the sun for a couple of minutes. Pity about the weather down there, you know. Right now, Queensland has perfect weather. And Queensland Government Travel Centre holidays are off-peak. Right, Wally? That's right, mate. Tariffs are lower, so you can actually save money.
Book your wonderfully warm summer holiday through your Queensland Government Travel Centre or talk to your travel agent.
Ah, Queensland. Beautiful one day, perfect the next.
This one, dear?
This one, Bev?
Once the way to buy something expensive was to get a personal loan.
A loan? I'll have to fill in one of these.
Now you can get a custom card from Custom Credit.
We'll take it.
Righto.
It's like a permanent personal loan in your pocket.
Mother's maiden name.
Instead of waiting 24 hours, you get instant approval.
I finished. Oh, I am sorry. It seems to have been sold.
Custom card, a personal loan in your pocket.
Tuesday. Have you seen this? What's that, Frank? A particularly interesting article written by Miss Shanahan.
Oh, I think I'm in trouble.
You're in there too.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Where? I promise. I made it up just bits and pieces.
Okay, we're not that touchy. Shell, could you find the biggest syringe we have, please?
Esme Watson is fearless in her search for items for the hospital fete, and Sarah and Clary finally hit it off. The Logie winning A Country Practice, 7:30 Tuesday on 7.
Hawthorn and Essendon have been the league pace setters now for the past 3 years. And so it was surprising that they both had their colours lowered in the previous round, the Bombers going down to Carlton and the Hawks crashing to Fitzroy. A spate of injuries to both sides, many of them serious, saw both teams go into the match well below full strength, although the Bombers had some good news, being able to select Duckworth, Baker, Harvey and a late inclusion, a very surprised one too at that, was Paul Salmon. Essendon too have really had the wood on the Hawks over the past few years, winning their past 5 encounters in day competition, with the boys from Glenferrie chipping in with the night premiership in the middle of the last year. Tonight we begin our replay at the 17-minute mark of the first quarter. Hawthorn is leading by 7 points, and with me in the commentary box is Lou Richards.
This first quarter, 7 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn, looking a lot better now as Swab sends the ball down. They're looking for Brereton, picked up by Swab, by Hawker, I should say. He was grabbed too high by Brereton. He's not having a good trot over the last couple of weeks. Hawker's hand pass out there to Fowles. The ball back there towards centre half forward. Kicked quickly away by Ayres. Grabbed nicely by Rains. Rains goes for a short pass. Oh, he copped one from his own mate there that time. Clark from Damon. Down he went. Picked up by Ezard. Well tackled by Whitman. The ball scooped back. Back there to Platten. Platten can't get cleared. Got a push in the back and he get a free kick. And Clark doesn't look too good. There's a bit of a box on here now. Hazard and Platten having a real go in the two little rovers. They're like two little bull ants. He's whipped at the back. He's doing it wise, pushing from the outside too, I would say. Clark still in plenty of trouble, who He was collected by Salmon. You watch this.
I thought it was a Hawthorn guy who collected him.
No, Salmon got him on the second. It was Salmon that got him.
15-metre penalty against Essendon.
Well, Clark's on his feet now, Pete. I don't know if he's coming off the ground or not.
I would say so, Luke.
Platten's kick is back towards the wing position. In front there is Terry Danaher. Takes a good mark out there on that position. Into the quarter by 18 minutes. 3 goals, 2-20 to 2 goals, 1-13. Well, they're carrying Clark off the ground. That's a bit of bad luck. Let's hope it's not serious. The pack flies, pushed away. In goes Merritt. Kicked off the ground by Robertson. Madden had a bit of trouble getting it clear. Tunnel ball going on at the moment as Tuck comes out of the pack after missing it first go. Now he's clear. Goes wide and Loveridge will grab this one away from Waterson out there at half forward. Not wasting any time. Goes for the long kick down there looking for Byrne. He's got it. Oh no, he dropped it. What a miss. Now he's going to lose. He's broken clear. Still gets the kick back. And Curran's marked the ball. He quickly plays on a hand pass over to Brereton. And a goal. Good play on the part of Hawthorn then. That might bring Brereton back into the game. 4 goals, 2-26 Hawthorn to Essendon, 2 goals, 1-13.
Well, it looked as though Byrne had made a meal of the mark, but he played on well.
Certainly did, Pete. Dodged.
Like 2 tackles. Curran gets it to Brereton. Carey just about pinned him. And Brereton, I think, hit his ankle as he fell over. Looks a little bit sore.
Might be the goal he needed because he's been out of form. He only got to get 1 goal and he can start running then, Pete.
19.5 minutes got in the first quarter. Brereton's first goal. Essendon swing into attack. It's going to be a free kick, though.
I think they've stunned Essendon a bit, Hawthorn. They haven't really regained their poise, except they control the game for the first 10 minutes or so.
They did. Robertson's kick up to half forward. Not further forward for Essendon, picked up by Michael Tuck, breaks 1 tackle, long kick by the Hawthorn captain, trying to find Brereton. I don't think he can run that fast at the moment. Let's see if he can get around this one. He'll have a shot at goal. Can he make it 2 in a couple of minutes? I think he has. It's shepherded through by Byrne. Goal.
Well, it's a marvellous thing what a goal does for a player, Peter. As I tipped, I said he might be full of running now. Let's hope that his ankle's okay.
5-2 to 2-1 at VFL Park.
Well, he's been out of form for the last few weeks. There's Tuck. He's doing a pretty good job in this first quarter.
He wasn't moving that well there.
He looks as though he's lumbering a bit, but he's got it now, and he does a beautiful balk away from his opponent then. That's a lovely goal by Brereton. There's no more brilliant player in the league when he's firing.
He kicked 8 goals in the grand final last year, and he's kicked 2 so far today. 20.5 minutes gone, first quarter, 5-2 to 2-1 at VFL Park. Knocked down by Deere, can't get it clear. Platten got grabbed. Rains boots Essendon into attack up towards their centre half forward position. Whitman tries to smother it. Merritt went over the top of him. Oh.
And incidentally, Pete, Hawthorn have kicked 5 goals in 10 minutes.
I think Chris Richmond will be lucky he got underneath that one. He would have finished up with us. Brereton the flyer, great mark. Well, you're right, Lou, about kicking that first goal. He's got it onto Schwab, a short pass, and the mark taken by Judge at half forward.
And they're alight now, Hawthorn. They've got their confidence up as it goes down there to Byrne from Judge, and Byrne got one hand to it coming in as Buccaneer right on the boundary line. Did he get it in the back? No, it's dropping the ball against him. My golly, sometimes you can't work those decisions out. Thought he might have been a bit stiff that time, Buccaneer. A hand pass, not a good one that time by Madden. I don't think it made any sense at all. Out it goes to Walsh in the back pocket. He goes for a hand pass to Carey. Carey's clear. Another one coming over here now to Waterson. Waterson out at half back. A short pass. It's a bit long to Rains. And we've got a chance to pick this up. There's not a Hawthorn player within Cooey. Goes for a pass. And Merritt doesn't let him down. He's grabbed the ball about 45 metres out from goal. The crowd giving him Larry Doodle here, I'll tell you now. Looking there for Salmon in the front posse. Langford's there. Punched away by Ayres. Finally grabbed there by Robertson. Hawthorn standing up to the strain pretty well in this early stage of the match. Out it goes to Danaher. It's got a bounce right for him. Right on his tail is Deere. He bowls him over Deere, but he still gets a kick, but it was pretty successful, the bump, because he's put the ball out of bounds. And this has given Hawthorn a chance to get the ball clear now. It'll go back to Whitman. As I said before, played an excellent game when coming on the ground last week.
He'll be a player, this fellow.
Against Fitzroy in the second half. The pack fly. They all missed that. There's Tuck. He's having a ball today. He's pushed in the back. That was a free kick for sure. Rains went into a bit of trouble. Lost that one. Knocked out now. The hand pass coming over that time from Schwab back to Judge. Slipped. He's got time to regain his balance. Out it goes to Platten. He's down there on top of his back. Was that in the back? Yes, it is a free kick. He could have been lucky.
Bit lucky there.
That Essendon player's got hold of his hair too. He's got a fair mop to grab hold of. I think he should go back for the short back and sides. They wouldn't notice him so much then. There's Platten with the ball out there on the centre wing position. Gone for a kick towards centre half forward. Knocked out by Waterson. Picked up by Loveridge. Back it goes to Dunstall. Back to Loveridge again. He's gone for a pass. It'll be all right. Judge has got it. And by golly, he's shaping up as a dangerous player in this first quarter. He's had 4 marks and 7 possessions so far. We've only played, 23 minutes. The ball up towards the goal square. Scrimmage developing there. Finally comes out now to Elshaw. Elshaw's grab, but the umpire's already found a free kick. It'll go to Big Walsh down there at the full-back position. It's Hawthorn getting a good break. 5 goals, 2-32 to Western. 2 goals, 1-13.
Good mark to Harvey over the top of Robertson, who took off before nominations. Harvey, a short pass. Baker, bump ball, that one. Picked up by Dunstall, a long way from goal. Dunstall's kick high, DP Domenico underneath it, so too was Walsh. They both lost sight of that one. Picked up by Tuck, showing his improved form from last week. Was no flash in the pan. Deere back to Tuck. Tuck tries to break the tackle from Hurd, does so. Long shot, will it be a score? It's a goal! Tuck's first. Hawthorn 6-2, Essendon 2-1 at VFL Park. Well, Michael Tuck, as I mentioned, out of form, but he's come back. Played a great game last week against Fitzroy.
And he's had 8 possessions so far in this first quarter, Pete.
Well,
Every breaks clear. That's a magnificent, a typical Tuck goal when he was back at his best, Pete.
Yes. And a goal. So Hawthorn 6th. 24.5 minutes gone first quarter. 38 plays 13 at VFL Park. Robertson on a Loveridge. That was a pretty quick hand pass. Loveridge up towards full forward. Byrne leads out well and takes them up.
Oh, they're in trouble now, the Bombers. I should imagine there'll be wholesale moves here at quarter time by Sheedy. Well, we'll see just how good the Bombers are, because they're in plenty of trouble now. 38 plays 13 into this quarter by just on 25 minutes. 25 points the difference. This could be 31 coming up. Byrne from a short distance out, already kicked to 1 goal. Will it come around enough? That's a shocker, and it's through for 1 point. So they move to 6 goals, 3-39 to Essendon 2-1-13. They haven't scored a goal since haven't scored at all since the 7-minute mark of this first quarter, Essendon. Back it comes now to Fowles. Fowles down there in plenty of trouble. Brereton's right on his tail. And I think we mentioned before that Brereton's had a bad drop over the last couple of weeks, but getting that first goal early, he's starting to fire now, and that's what they need, because there's no more brilliant centre-half forward play.
Phillips on for Essendon.
Ball back again. Fumble by Merritt. He's grabbed, picked up by Fowles, clears the ball out towards that half-back line, but there we see Buckenara in the way. He'll get the mark, even though his was broken clear. He looks as though he's moving okay, but there was a big doubt about him with a hamstring injury. This fella here that marks the ball now is Deere, and he was supposed to have a bad knee. They were all moving pretty well. It might have been a joke of Alan Jeans.
Well, he left the field last week against Fitzroy. He hobbled off, actually, Lou, didn't he?
Well, Deere's got a chance to score. He's about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And, of course, they're in front now by 26 points. There's the kick on its way by Deere. But the big fella's off target, and it's through for 1 point. So it's 6 goals, 4-40 Hawthorn. To Essendon, 2 goals, 1-13. And we're over the 26.5-minute mark of this first quarter. There's Salmon having a go on the ruck. He seems to be out of form too over the last few weeks. Umpire will ball it up. Seems to be holding his marks like he used to, Pete.
No, he was very confident about them last year. Not so in 86.
Ball up. Around about 60 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. In the last 15 or 16 minutes, it's been all Hawthorn as it comes next to Brereton, kicks it off the ground. Over it goes towards Tuck, scoops, and he's got a chance to kick another goal here. He ran into a brick wall, back to Platten. Platten's got it through. Good play on the part of the little South Australian that time.
Hey, Joe, Brian needs a hand.
Okay. Oh, sure hope the owner's with SIO.
Oh, car insurance is all the same.
SIO's different. The woman there explained why agreed value's better. Most companies only pay out market value. That's often much less. SIO make it so simple even you could understand it.
Hey.
Victorian, victorious, on the Essence High.
okay.
Scotch?
And soda.
Schweppes. Of course. Good Scotch is expensive. So don't risk spoiling yours with just any mixer. Only Schweppes has the quality to complement the finest spirits, because only Schweppes has Schweppescence. Thousands of tiny bubbles that last the whole drink through. You can never have too much of a good thing. Mix with the best. Mix with Schweppes.
10, 9, ignition sequence, start.
Feel the effect of the new fuel-injected TX5 Turbo. Taking off at your Ford dealer now.
Hey, Wally. Yeah. Here's some more southern tourists. Okay, Frank. Just prop them up in the sun for a couple of minutes. Pity about the weather down there, you know. Right now, Queensland has perfect weather.
And Queensland Government Travel Centre holidays are off-peak. Right, Wally?
That's right, mate. Tariffs are lower, so you can actually save money.
Book your wonderfully warm Sunlover holiday through your Queensland Government Travel Centre or talk to your travel agent.
Ah, Queensland. Beautiful one day, perfect the next.
I think...
Next in Sons and Daughters.
That one.
Caroline makes her play.
I've had enough. If I'm going to die, I'm going to give them something to remember me by.
The ordeal is far from over.
I just want that steak.
Okay. 4 hours then.
Is this freedom at last?
You could get 20 years for this, you know.
I've done 5 already.
Sons and Daughters.
Come on. You can't dress like that and get away with it.
7:30 Monday on 7.
Welcome back to Seven's Big League. At quarter time, Hawthorn held a very healthy advantage over the Bombers of some 27 points. We rejoin the game now in the middle stages of the second quarter. It's at the 17-minute mark, the Hawks having increased their lead to 38 points.
And Wood not taking his place on the field. It's a boundary throw in, left forward pocket for the Bombers. Salmon will contest the ruck work. Here's a chance for little Clark. Touch through, I think, for a point. Yes, it is.
Salmon's had 1 touch for the game, Pete. We're into this quarter by 7.5 minutes. That's the second. He's had 1 hand pass.
11-4 to 5-3.
Waiting there for the ball to come back into play. Hawthorn looking really good. A difference of 37 points in their favour. Approaching the 18-minute mark of this second quarter. And the Bombers will have to improve about 200%. They're going to have any chance in this game. A great mark to Lester Smith. Ball go back to him. We see Handley breaking clear, so Lester Smith very rarely puts a foot wrong, this fellow. There's a short pass out the way. It's not a good one, but Ayres has got plenty of time to get back now to Abbott. Abbott out there on the centre wing position, drives the ball deep over the half-forward line. Danaher got one hand to it. Loveridge goes down, picked up by Fowles. It's a wild kick. There's a chance now for Swap to break clear. It'll bounce okay, I should imagine it does. Short pass. Tucky's got it. Decides to play on. A left foot snap at goal. Let's see the result. It's coming around nicely. Put it through. Oh, beauty, Michael Tuck. He's kicked 2 goals so far. 12 goals for 76 Hawthorn. And they're cutting the Bombers to pieces. 5 goals, 3-33. And what a bath they're giving Essendon.
We've seen some form reversals in the last couple of weeks. We saw Fitzroy thrashed by Carlton. They thrashed Hawthorn. Hawthorn looked anything but a good side, except in the last quarter last week. And they've come out today to take Essendon apart so far in our match of the day.
Looking good, Hawthorn. 76 plays 33, just on the 19-minute mark of this second quarter. Waiting for centre bounce again. It'll be Madden against Byrne. Madden got that one out. Oh, grabbed that time Whitman, but he's still got a hand pass back. In goes Baker. He soon comes out of the pack. Phillips gets one away. That's Handley trying to get clear. There's plenty of fumbling going on by both sides at centre field, and the umpire will ball it up. 12-4, 76 Hawthorn to Essendon 5-3, 33. That's certainly a shock on the scoreboard to this big crowd here today. No one expected that at this stage of the match. Picked up by Thompson. A hand pass comes back to Fowles. Fowles' kick is to centre half forward. Dropped by Whitman, hit him on the chest, but backing up as usual is Lester Smith. It's a bad hand pass over to Ayres. I don't think he can bend down properly, so you can't blame Lester Smith for that. The ball is tapped out to Harvey right on the boundary line. He's got to get around Handley. He does, but he's under pressure as it goes back there, and a good mark taken there by Lester Smith, but I think it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, Luke.
Out of bounds, and we approach the 20-minute mark of this second quarter. 76 plays 33, a difference of 43 points. Ball out of bounds about 45, 50 metres around from the Essendon goal. Waiting for the ball to come back into play. It'll be Merritt against Abbott. Knocked out by Merritt. Hawker comes in to pick it up. If he can, he's grabbed by Platten. Good tackle. The ball knocked away by Abbott over to Buckenara. In goes Hawker, but he gets it back to Platten. Buckenara back to Robertson again on the centre wing position. A short pass, and Curran's got the mark at centre half forward. So we see Curran going for a short pass. Should have gone directly down, but Platten's got it running to an open goal. Let's fly. Walsh got under that one, couldn't hold the mark, and it's through for 1 point. But it's all Hawthorn up to this stage of the match, just on the 21-minute mark of the second quarter. It's Hawthorn 12-5-77 to Western 5-3-33.
Short pass taken by Rains, just up from the back pocket. Rains has kicked a half-back. Could have been interference against Danaher. Good knock on by Baker. Out to Harvey on left centre wing. Harvey down towards the left half-forward flank. Merritt in front for Essendon. Might be a Hawthorn grab to Handley or Abbott. Whitman has a wrestle behind play too, as his kick is down towards right half forward. Rains pushed the player in the back, not seen by the umpire. Rains gathering a lot of kicks around about the centre field area. Abbott. Short kick into the centre wing position, picked up by Buckenara. A hand pass onto Handley. Handley's kick down towards Platten at right half forward. Platten on his own. He's gone for a short one again. DiPierdomenico takes the mark. Long way from goal.
Well, you'd swear blind there were about 48 Hawthorn players out there, wouldn't you, Pete? They're all over the place. They're not even guarded at all down there in attack.
Looks that way when you're playing well. DiPierdomenico's kick up towards full forward, and Dunstall completely misjudged that one. Brereton now the chance for Judge if he can get shepherded. He can't. Oh, gives it straight over to Phillips. Out to half back, and Handley takes the mark. I think it's Handley. Wait till he gets up. Yes, it is. So the chopper goes for a short pass. Curran doesn't let him down. Curran from right half forward. Trying to find Brereton. Over the top was Thompson. Elshaw threads his way through. Gives it to Danaher along the ground. Harvey's the only one out there. Robertson around Folds. Is he? Yes. Steadies. He's a long way out. Could be a score. At the back is Platten. Brereton, what a mark! Or is it through? It's 1 point. Nearly grabbed it. 12-6 to 5-3. 78 plays 33 at VFL Park. Ball back into play from Walsh. Elshaw up from the back pocket. Tuck's the only one chasing. He's got a Paddock to move in out there. Folds, right centre wing. Folds looks for a lead across the half-forward line. He's got Salmon. That's only about his second touch so far today. He's been really quiet, but he might find Izzard with this kick. No, Lester Smith. Beautifully done. Short pass onto Michael Byrne. Buckenara. Hawthorn players everywhere. Essendon in disarray at the moment. Curran at half-forward. Long shot by number 25, and Curran's put it through for another one.
There's a feeling this country's really alive. There's a feeling we're hitting overdrive. And there's a fear that captures all its pride. It's a Foster's. Foster's is a feeling Australia has today. No beer does it in the Foster's way. It's a feeling Australia has today. It's a Foster's. Foster's is the feeling that the whole world knows. You can feel it everywhere you go. It's the feeling that we love to show. It's the Foster's. Foster's lager. It's got the flavor that's taking it all around the world.
Here comes Holden Barina.
Barina, get you anywhere you want to go. Barina, it's a car that will go, go, go. Feels like a dream. It's going to set the scene. Take you for a ride. It's a feature-packed machine. Barina, that is price you want to know. Barina, it's a car that will go, go, go. Barina, Barina.
Holden Barina gives you more run for your money.
The TV in your day should be a national. Television for tomorrow as well as today.
From National.
Abracadabra, transform your lifestyle from this to this. Visit the Victour Caravan and Camping Show at the exhibition buildings. You'll see fancy tricks like these camper trailers or sensational pop-ups. not to mention the magic range of relocatable homes. Of course, there are all sorts of tents, and kids, there's a Transformer toy to be given away every hour.
Transform your lifestyle at this magic show, the Caravan and Camping Show.
At the exhibition building starts Thursday.
9:30 tonight.
Mom, she's in ER.
Well, hi, Trapper. I'm Miles Warner, Melanie's fiancé.
While a secret admirer comes out of the closet.
Oh, Mom, this is hot stuff. Secret admirer bit's a little corny, though. Stomach is churning. My heart hurts. I'm in love with the councilman's bride. Your wife.
Eggs. And a marriage is in the wind.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. I love you, Melanie.
Trapper John, 9:30 tonight on 7.
Over 38,000 fans at VFL Park saw Hawthorn lead by 55 points at half-time and 57 points at three-quarter time. Essendon, they fought back well in the early stages of the final quarter, and we pick up play now with the difference only 39 points in favour of Hawthorn. We rejoin the game at the 15-minute mark of the final term.
Still 39 points the difference, Pete.
Yes, they've got to make up a fair swag yet. But they've certainly fought it out much better in the second half than they did in the first. Izzard, more close to goal. He won't give a hand pass. Streaming in. Full points.
Golly, I'll tell you what, he was lucky to kick that too. It slipped off his boot.
First goal to Izzard, Essendon's 12th, so they've booted 4 in this final term. And Essendon supporters really finding voice now. 12-9 to 17-12 at league headquarters.
And we're approaching the 16-minute mark. Watch that again. Knocked out by Madden, a beautiful knockout to Izzard. Tried to show a bit of pace, but Whitman right on his tail. I think he grabbed him by the back of the boot then and put him off balance, but he finally scraped it through for a goal. Now it's only 33 points the difference. We're right on the 16-minute mark. Can the mighty Bombers pick this 33 points up? They've got plenty of time to do it if they're good enough. Now the Hawks getting tired as Salmon gets the knockout. Beckett comes out there towards the wing position. Plenty of Essendon players there. In goes Baker. Now it's Baker at his front of the ball, booted back towards the Hawthorn half-forward line. It's grabbed by Hanley. In goes Walsh. Down goes Walsh. Brereton's there with him. Gives it over to Platten. Platten's clear. And the ex-South Australian goes for a short pass. Loveridge grabs it. He goes for a hand pass back to Buckenara. A running shot at goal. It'll be good. Oh, that might have fixed them up. 39 points the difference. A great goal to Buckenara. His first. 18 goals. 12-120 Hawthorn to Western. 12-9-81.
38,381 the attendance this afternoon as we watch that in replay. Platten finally getting clear at right half forward. This wasn't a mark, but Loveridge did well to get the ball back to Buckenara, one of Hawthorn's better players, and Buckenara was able to put it through for his first goal.
And Buckenara's had 29 possessions, Pete.
17 minutes into the final term. Buckenara's first goal, 120 to 81, back to 39 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Byrne and Salmon, won by Byrne. Morris, hand pass to Tuck. Tuck in trouble, Loveridge. Rains, caught, too high for mine. Advantage well played, he played on, over to Morris now for Hawthorn, down to left half forward, trying to find Brereton, but it's too long for both Brereton and Walsh, and it will be a boundary throw-in on Hawthorn's left half forward flank, about 55 metres from goal.
Well, they're 39 points down. They could still win it, but I don't think they're good enough, Pete. We've got plenty of time for about another 13 minutes to go, I would say.
Salmon and Byrne. Hanley can't get there before the ball over the boundary line. A little bit closer to Hawthorn's goal this time, and it's about 35 metres around. 120 plays 81, 18-12 to 12-9. Essendon scoring 4 goals in this final term. Hawthorn have only scored 4 after half-time. Knocked away by Salmon. Onto Schwab. Schwab in trouble. Thompson takes the hand pass at right half-back flank. Thought about going for one himself. Now he will. Over to Harvey. Buckenara chasing him. Harvey, long kick up towards the Essendon right half forward flank. Billy Duckworth, what a grab. Duckworth from right half forward. It's a mammoth kick. Just off target though and through for 1 point, and so the difference now 38 points at VFL Park. Let's take a look at the mark of Duckworth again. Certainly a fine grab in front of Ayres or over the back of him and brought it down well. 18 3/4 minutes gone as Langford will bring the ball back into play.
Fighting on Langford. 38 points the difference. 19 minutes gone just about in this last quarter. Flying high was Terry Danaher. There was a pack of them going up there. Picked up by Hawker. A chance now to go deep back into attack, but it's a shocking kick. Off the top of the pack, it comes down there to Thompson. In goes Fowles. They fall on top of him. And the umpire will ball it up about 50 metres out from the Essendon goal. 82 plays, 120 in favour of Hawthorn. Well, I don't think they'll get up. If they ever did get up, I'll tell you what, it'd be a crying shame. Really, the way Hawthorn have played on top of them all day. It'd be the biggest fluke of all times. Picked up by Rains. Back it goes to Harvey. He misses that. He's in trouble. He goes down. Morris piles on top of him. Platten's there. Gets the knockout. Danaher comes in. He hasn't had a great day today, but kicks that one off the ground. Out it goes to Elshaw. Stumbles. Kicked off the ground by Byrne. Chance for Phillips to get it out to Sam. He took a fortnight to get rid of it. It's holding the ball against him. He's not too happy about it. So we're waiting on the ball to be taken by the Hawthorn skip. He got that in the face from his own teammate there.
Tuck has had a few problems with his eyes too.
Certainly has. Let's hope it's not the crook eye got whacked in then. Short pass. It'll be okay, and Swab's got it out there on the wing position. Goes wide. Looking for Buckenham. Possession number 30s. The ball comes out to Platt now. Bounces beautifully for him. He got rid of that one pretty quick. There was no one there for Hawthorn. And the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Weston down there at half back. It'll be Phillips to take the free kick. And this young fella hasn't played a bad game considering they had so many bad players. Taking him back as a player down there. Who was it? Ball picked up now by Elshaw. Elshaw runs to centre half back. His kick was a good one. Marked here now by Spencer. Hand pass coming over to Hawker, moving pretty quickly. A pass to Harvey. Robertson's got him covered there as he takes the mark at half forward. Plenty of players moving about. He's gone for a short pass looking for Duckworth. He's got it. He outmaneuvered Hanley that time. He didn't look as though he had a chance. Now he's got a chance to score a goal. He'd be about 35 metres out. We watch that again. That's a beautiful bit of play on the part of Billy Duckworth.
Two good marks to Duckworth in this quarter.
Now he's got the chance to put a goal on the board from about 35 metres out directly in front. And it's through.
Inside this compact new video camera is a full-size VHS recorder. National call it the VHS movie. It even plays pre-recorded tapes. The VHS movie. Easy movies.
From National.
Behind every one of these buttons is a brain, an integrated circuit. And behind every one of these integrated circuits is NEC technology. Technology that is keeping you in front.
The Money Pit.
It's gonna be fun fixing it up, you'll see. It's gonna need some work.
Tom Hanks, Shelley Long and Alexander Goodenough. Morning. The Money Pit. Starts Thursday at the Russell and selected cinemas.
Mazda believe when you've made a ute as great as the top one-tonner, the only way to make it better is if you make it 3 ways. The top dual cab from Mazda with 4 big doors load even more of the gear you work or play with. The Top Cab Plus from Mazda, the versatile ute that's weekday tough but has extra space to Sunday with. Only Mazda could improve the top one-tonner. So now Mazda B comes 3 ways.
Monday night on Day by Day, we call ourselves a compassionate society, but sometimes the cold hand of authority can be cruel.
The moment a child is certified dead, it becomes the property of the coroner's court. It is legally robbed from the parents.
I wanted my children there and then, and I was denied that. As far as I'm concerned, they were alive. My son was moving the last time I seen him, but I was pushed away from the car.
We investigate outdated and unsympathetic laws Monday at 7 on 7.
Sevens big league from VFL Park. Duckworth putting through his first goal. We approach the 22-minute mark of the term. Knocked down by Madden. Schwab Seems to have recovered from that heavy knock he got a couple of moments ago. He goes for a short pass up the half forward. Judge. Deep here to Domenico. Goes long. Could even be a score. Will it bounce through? It has. It's a goal. A very quick reply. Kicked by Hawthorn. And DP Domenico making it goal number 1 from him. And a real steadier insofar as the Brown and Golds are concerned. 19-12 to 13-10. 126 to 88.
Well, that might have fixed the Bombers up for good. Good hand pass by Judge over to DP Domenico. That's a fine goal by Dippy, and it's the goal I would say, not that we're going to lose it, but that's really clinched it.
DP Domenico, the 10th Hawthorn player to score a goal this afternoon. Essendon's have been well spread out too, because Clark is the only one with more than one, and he's kicked 4.
Looks like that old-time cartoon character, alley-oop.
19-12 to 13-10, 126 to 88. He was a caveman, I think, wasn't he, Lou?
I think he was, yeah, I think you're right.
Salmon, too tall. Down it goes to Spencer. Now Spencer looking for a lead, goes out towards the left half-forward flank. Knocked down by Lester Smith. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson goes for a short pass. He'll find Baker. Will he keep going? He will. Baker has a shot at goal. No, he doesn't. Madden almost grabs the mark. Diving on top of it is Langford. Out it goes to Schwab. Hawthorn defending desperately down there. Morris in the left back pocket decides to go for a run. Ezard chasing him pretty expeditiously. Over to Loveridge. As 2 Essendon players collide, it gives Hawthorn plenty of time to steady. Langford does. The mark taken by Handley at left half back. Tries to get around range. Breaks the tackle well. Over the top of Elshaw. But Paul Salmon standing his ground well and takes the mark a little short of centre wing.
Sam with a hand pass over to Danaher. Danaher's kick is back to the centre of the ground. Baker goes up. He's grabbed that after the second grab. That'll be a free kick against Platt. The umpire called play on then too. 38 points the difference. He's gone for a pass. That'll be a great mark there to Mark Thompson. He's played a fine game today. Considering he hasn't had a shot at all. 15-metre penalty. He kicks the ball long. Looking there for Madden at the back of the pack. The pack fly. It's chance for Ezard now. Fumbles the ball. He's got it now. A snap and go. What's the result? It might be through. That is 32 points the difference now. That's Ezard second. So they've still got there a little bit of a chance. 19-12, 126 Hawthorn to Essendon 14-10, 94.
Well, much better second half by Essendon, and in particular the final quarter where they've played their best football for the day. Thompson in possession, one of Essendon's best certainly. Looking for Madden at the back. Langford missed the mark, and Ezard doesn't miss too many crumbs when they come his way. That was a fine snapshot, and Ezard's second goal. 126 to 94 in our match of the day as we approach the time-on period.
32 points the difference. Knocked out or grabbed by Salmon. He's gone for a hand pass over to Thompson. He sends the ball back into attack for the Bombers. There's another go now as we see Duckworth come out. It's got a bounce right. It's rolling along the ground. He's got it, Duckworth. A hand pass back to Baker. Baker gets a hurried kick up there towards the full forward position. The pack fly. There's another go for Ezard. He's got it. Kicks it off the ground. Another goal. It's 26 points the difference. Oh, they've come to life. Can they get up? That's his third. 19-12, 126 Hawthorn to Essendon 15-10, 100. 26 points the difference.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season is proudly sponsored by Carlton, brewers of Foster's Lager, Australia's favourite beer.
And Hawthorn finally running out winners by 24 points after leading at three-quarter time by 57. It was a good comeback by Essendon, but to make up nearly 10 goals was just beyond even the reigning premiers. In the stats, Hawthorn had 16 more kicks, but Essendon had more marks, frees, handballs and hit-outs. In the goals this afternoon for Hawthorn, fairly evenly distributed. Judge, Dunstall, Byrne and Brereton each got 3 and Tuck got 2. And for Essendon, their major contributor was Clark. He finished up with 4 goals after being carried from the field in the first quarter. And Ezard also got 3 goals. After the break, we'll be having interviews. You're watching Sevens Big League. Back in just a moment.
In some tyre stores, especially those owned by tyre manufacturers, your choice of brands could be limited to only one. At Bob Jane T-Marts, they carry a wide range of the best Australian and imported brands. And with over 80 T-Marts fitting thousands of tyres every day, Bob Jane has the buying power to heavily discount every one of these top brands. So always get a competitive price from your Bob Jane T-Mart. You get a wider choice and a better deal on tyres.
The year is 1975. ANZ Bank pioneers a concept designed to give business customers greater access to senior bankers. We call this concept area banking. Experienced bankers operating in your area, calling on you when you need them, providing fast approvals and easy access to ANZ facilities. Today, other banks following our lead. Maybe it's because ANZ area banking has proven such a consistent winner.
Tropical lawns really fit your rear.
Do you deliver?
Not usually, but I do make exceptions.
Made from washed canvas and not too dear.
Excuse me, do you have the time?
If you have the place.
A look you can live in, a really great fit.
Doctor will see you now. Big boy.
Right where it matters, and that's where you sit.
Do I have the right seat?
Looks okay to me.
Tropical lawns by King G.
Here comes Holden Barina.
Get you anywhere you want to go. It's a car that will go, go, go. Feels like a dream. It's gonna set the scene. Take you for a ride. It's a feature-packed machine. Barina, that's right. You want to know. Barina, it's a car that will go, go, go. Barina.
Holden Barina gives you more run for your money.
Well, it looks just like all the other models. What does it do that's different?
Sunday night comedy.
Semi-clad models are not permitted on the floor.
I'm sorry, Captain Beacon.
It's Are You Being Served?
Inside leg, 31. Fault.
Shall we serve again with new balls?
The department is entered for a ballroom dancing competition with hilarious results. While at 8...
There comes a time when you've got to decide whether you're a man or a mouse.
Certainly. Have another piece of cheese.
Bless this house, following Are You Being Served, Sunday on 7. Hawthorn winning the match of the day at VFL Park before 38,000 fans. The Hawks winning by 24 points. In the Hawthorn rooms after the game, I spoke first of all to big ruckman Michael Byrne, who finished up with 3 goals, and I asked him the difference between their form today and that of last week against Fitzroy.
Stuck together today, and it was a great team effort, and we came out on top.
You had to do a lot of work in the second half when Greg Deere wasn't out on the ground.
Yeah, Deary, I don't know what happened to Deary, but he's copped a whack in the leg. I hope he's all right. But I think they lost a couple of big blokes too, and I think it evened off. But I feel better for the run.
Well, you had a couple of good goals yourself early in the first half. It was.
Yeah, well, I wasn't too far out, so I couldn't miss them really, could I? But I was happy. I was happy to get those ones through, and we got away to a good start in that second quarter, and they couldn't catch us, and we held on in the end.
Yeah, well, I think we were sort of overdue for it, actually, Peter. We haven't really been playing that well as a side, and we probably didn't finish off today's game too well, but, we were pleased to get out of it. We were sort of depleted a bit with injuries, and, it was a good win for the club.
It was an excellent first half, and you seemed to get a lot of kicks yourself.
Oh, yeah, I was pretty pleased, yeah. I managed to get a couple of kicks there in the first half of that, but, I sort of like to finish off a bit better than I did.
Gordon Brown, a member of the Premiership side in '61. Morden, how did you see the game today?
Well, it was a great first half, Peter. I've rarely seen Hawthorn play as well as I did in that first half. They seemed to have everything going for them. After perhaps the first 5 minutes, I thought it was a bit slow, but then they made up. They created a loose band. They ran well. They combined well, and I thought that they probably took a lot out of themselves in that first half and allowed Essendon to get back. But it was a great win. I think it was a marvellous morale-boosting win because Essendon have had the wood on them the last few times, and I think that was an excellent win for them.
Oh yes, particularly after last week we had a bad game, and coming up against the reigning premiers meant a lot to us today, and I thought we worked extremely well in the first half and set up our win.
Both teams were well down on some of their top players. Were you worried about that you had so many good players looking on today?
Oh yes, well I think it was equal to both sides, and I always say when there's blokes out, you might call it a crisis, but the crisis creates opportunity for other players, and a few of the boys came in today, did quite well.
Hawthorn coach Alan Jeans after his side's victory at VFL Park today. At Cardinia Park, the Cats were chasing their first victory under their coach John Devine, and they came up against Footscray this afternoon. Peter Donegan filed this report.
Anyone who journeyed to Cardinia Park this afternoon for the Battle of the West between Geelong and Footscray must have almost been thinking of finding a different way to spend their Saturday at half-time. On a perfect day for football, play was scrappy almost from the opening bounce, with only Footscray's Brad Hardy and Geelong's Gary Ablett showing any sign of good form. But after the home side had trailed by 5 points at half-time, the third quarter saw the Cats come out and maul the Dogs. Led up forward by Bruce Lindner, youngster Bill Brownless and the mercurial Ablett. Geelong slammed on a total of 8 goals for to the Bulldogs' 3 straight goals and entered the final term with a handy advantage of 29 points. At the other end of the ground, Simon Beasley wasn't going to see the boys from the Western Oval go down without a fight, but spurred on by the support from the parochial Cardinia Park crowd, the Cats held on strongly and notched up their first victory of the season, much to the delight of coach John Devine. Final scores: Geelong 16-14, 110 to Footscray 13-13, 91. For Geelong, Ablett finished with the impressive tally of 6, while Lindner and Brownless got 3 each. Simon Beasley kicked 5 for the Dogs, with Graham Cordy snaring 2. Footscray's Doug Hawkins will face the tribunal after being reported by 2 umpires for striking Damien Drum during the third term.
And Dougie Hawkins will, of course, front the VFL Tribunal on Monday. Tomorrow, the big game in Sydney, the big game of the round. The unbeaten Sydney Swans take on Carlton, and you'll see that match live from the SCG on the 7 Network and associated stations straight after World of Sports. And time now for a regular feature footy update with the sporting editor of the Sunday Press, Scotty Palmer. A very good evening.
Good evening, Peter, and welcome viewers back into the Sunday Press. Kevin Sheedy denied the question we're all asking tonight. Had Essendon lost that appetite for success? In the first half, it looked that way, said Sheedy. But in the third quarter, it was promising, and the fourth showed we still had some appetite left. Sheedy knew Hawthorn would throw everything at the Bombers today on this important celebration occasion when all the past Hawthorn grand finals are in attendance. The Bombers will be fined $250 for playing Paul Salmon today and now have a worry over another big man, Roger Merritt. The doctors are saying it's only a bruise above the elbow, but the clubs today play everything close to the chest. Essendon, according to Alan Jeans, is suffering from the tall poppy syndrome. Everyone is geared up to knock them over, he said. A win over Essendon is better than a win over any other side at the moment. Why the remarkable change of form by the Hawks? If I knew that, I'd have more hair on my head, said Jeansy. The Bombers are playing it cagey over Mike Richardson, but have spoken to his manager, Danny Findlay. We want him, said Sheedy, but there is a fear he might have to clear someone to make room for the Magpie. What about John Devine tonight? He's over his first hurdle and said he'd never lost confidence in his players. Having Gary Ablett, 6'5" from full forward today, has meant so much for the club, he said. Devine admitted he'd been under a lot of personal pressure, but it never got him down, and he never thought that he'd made the wrong decision in coming back to coach Geelong. Devine also praised the first game of Barry Stoneham today. For Footscray, it is the dumps. Doug Hawkins is reported for striking Damien Drum with a forearm, and coach Mick Malthouse said the team wasn't playing nearly as well as last year. He said the Bulldogs have to go right back to the drawing board, but it's unfortunate they haven't got much depth left in the reserves. Collingwood General Manager John Burt said he didn't think Mike Richardson wanted to leave the club, and neither did the Magpies want Richo to leave. He hopes it could all be resolved tomorrow, one way or the other. All of Collingwood was pleased with the win over Melbourne today, particularly Lee Matthews, who said, I don't care what the game looks like, and it didn't look too good today, as long as we are competitive, and we are now, he said. The test will come next Saturday against Carlton. Peter Dacos pulled up a bit sore after his surprise inclusion today, but Matthews believes the gamble was a success. John Northey has lost his star Alan Johnson for 6 weeks with a ruptured calf and said the Demons played their worst match of the year. We helped them win with our handball and other mistakes. Richmond is confused tonight over the report of John Arnier for striking Gary Pert during that win over Fitzroy. Some Tigers are claiming that Arnier was in the hands of trainers receiving treatment for a gash in the back when the incident occurred. The tribunal can work that one out on Monday night. Tony Gill said the win was like a breath of fresh air for him and all those young Tigers. He said a win like that was worth 10 years' experience for his players. He praised full forward Mike Roach, who kicked 7-5 and hit the post 3 times. David Parkin was still locked in the rooms at Princes Park when darkness fell tonight, trying to work out how that kick that was raffled between Quinlan and Osborne in the last minutes of the game wasn't kicked to tie the match. And he saw also Michael Reeves taken off in a stretcher with a serious hamstring injury. And up in Sydney, Peter, drama. Mark Browning is pulled out of the Swan side with injury, and the question is, who is going to be his replacement for the big match against Carlton tomorrow? Let's hope it's not Maurice Rioli, mate. Back to you.
Yes, there's going to be plenty of drama up in Sydney tomorrow, I'm sure, Scotty. And, of course, it's going to be a big week for Collingwood. As you mentioned, they take on Carlton. Well, before that, they have an appointment on Tuesday nights in the Foster's Cup where they clash with North Adelaide. You may recall North Adelaide defeated Melbourne in a first round of the competition, and that quarter-final from VFL Park, 8:30 on Tuesday nights. You're watching Seven's Big League, back with our final match between Melbourne and Collingwood after this.
Thanks to its unique air freshener, the new Hoover Aromatic gets rid of odours while it gets rid of dirt. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
Remember when you had to go to the bank? Now Westpac comes to you with our electronic banking system that lets you get cash when you buy petrol, pays for the weekly groceries, or something special, like a nightgown or a night on the town. We give you more efficient service with a smile, where and when you want, across the street or across the country. All you need is a Westpac MasterCard or a Westpac card, because the card is the bank, and the bank is Westpac.
We started out with 500 brand new Nissan Bluebird sedans and wagons, but at these special prices, they're running out. Bluebird GL 4-speed manual sedan with free air conditioning, just $10,990. Also Bluebird wagon from just $10,990. Bluebird GL sedan or wagon from only $10,990 from participating Nissan dealers, but only until they run out.
If there were no arms race, if there were no crime, if your job didn't depend on economic factors outside Melbourne, if you didn't have to be concerned about your children's education, if you didn't have to worry about accidents or disease, you wouldn't have to watch Mal Walden and the 7 national news. More complete, more concise, more meaningful. The more you watch, the more you'll know.
Melbourne and Collingwood, the names say it all. The two clubs fought out some titanic struggles in the 50s and 60s and in fact still hold the record crowd attendance for a home and away game at the MCG, 99,346 turning up on the 15th of June way back in 1958. This year, though, both clubs have been rather disappointing. Melbourne starting the season with 2 wins, but losing their past 3, while Collingwood's troubles have been more than sufficiently documented, even though their form under Lee Matthews has shown some improvement. Today, they sneaked Peter Dacos into their lineup. Melbourne, though, were hoping that they wouldn't show further improvements, as last up they kicked their highest ever score against the Demons, and they've won their last 6 matches against them. Tonight, we join the match at the 12.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Melbourne is leading by 7 points, and their commentators are Jack Edwards and Peter McKenna.
Throw-in taking place. Umpires today being Shane McDonald and Peter Howe. And Peter Howe in officiating at present as Healy goes in. Picked up by Withers. The kick doesn't travel very far. Hand pass comes from Gaper. Comes out to Tony Shaw. A kick up toward Cloak, who uses his body to get in front. Can't take the mark. Picking up now is Flower. Hooking it back toward the centre-half forward area. In there is Mullane. Can't take it. A chance for Melbourne through Bailey. He lost it. Taken by Norwood. Norwood will look for Taylor. Taylor leads. The kick too short. Taylor gets it on the first grab. Can't hold it. Hughes is there. Taylor traps it nicely. Caught a bit high. No, he wasn't. The umpire said. And umpire Shane McDonald. The people calling for a free kick. And he said Taylor was holding the ball.
Yes, well, I agree.
Was that the decision of Shane McDonald's right or wrong?
Well, I thought the first decision by umpire Shane McDonald was dead right. He called it, Collingwood supporters were calling for a free kick. I don't think it was there. Here's the chance. Jamie Turner, a long kick. Peter Moore. Oh, Brian Taylor against Denny Hughes. A good, strong mark by Taylor. 15 metres out, directly in front. And Taylor normally fires up against Melbourne. I think this might be the start of things to come.
Well, Hughes had a chance to spoil, but Taylor out-positioned him. That was good play by Brian Taylor. He used the body, got in front.
Good play by Jamie Turner. A long kick. They've got to get it down to Taylor as quickly as possible.
This could bring the differences. Only 1 point between the scores here. Taylor puts it through. 7's big lead. Second goal by Collingwood. Collingwood. Changed my thinking on that. It's only 1-1 on the board. 1-1, 7 points. I think that's wrong. The scoreboard.
2 goals, Jack.
The scoreboard's wrong here at the
2-1.
MCG, so you'll see it on screen now. It's only 1 point the difference.
Well, we've been travelling 14 minutes into this first quarter. There's Brian Taylor on screen, and he's a happy boy. And one thing about Brian Taylor, whenever he does something, he goes down and acknowledges the player that gets it down to him. As we see 2-1 playing 2 goals. Fellows knocks it out. Batterston goes for it. He's got it, Adrian Batterston. Gets it across, looking for Darryl Burke. Burke has got it now. Oh, too slow to get rid of it. Batterston in there again. Play on, said the umpire. And oh, gee, that was the comedy of errors there as players waiting for the umpire. Out wide it goes to Jarrett. Jarrett's got it. He
dreadful.
That's 2 shocking mistakes by Melbourne. Over to Mullane. Mullane to half forward. David Cloak drops the setter.
Steve Turner is in against Cloak, knocks it out. Play on, said the umpire. Was that holding the ball? Yes, said the umpire. 2 mistakes have almost cost Melbourne 2 goals. One earlier by Bailey, and that one then was a shocking mistake by Jarrett. Up they come towards full forward, over the back of the pack. Here's the chance for Melbourne. Stephen Newport gets it out to Robbie Flower. He knocks it away.
Oh,
he's
he's
a
good.
great player. What a player. He's still going. 2 bounces. Will he have another one? Yes. 3 bounces. Still going, Robbie Flower. He centres it. Have a look at that one. Towards half forward. The mark has been taken by Gary Lyon.
He's gone down the forward pocket looking for the kick back, but doesn't come. The ball delivered in toward the half forward zone, and the mark has been taken by Michael Reynolds. Now, Reynolds is a fair way out from goal. The line you see there on screen is the line of the centre square. So you imagine just how far he has to kick a goal here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. They're on Sevens Big League with only 1 point between the teams. Melbourne 2-1, Collingwood 2 goals. And Michael Reynolds goes for a big torpedo drop punt. Doesn't quite make the distance. It drops in the square. I think they're going to try to run it through, and they do. Force through for Melbourne. Score 2-2 now. Melbourne to Collingwood's 2 goals. And 16 minutes gone, the first turn. 14 playing 12. From the full-back position, Greg Phillips. Looking for somewhere to go. He's going toward Morwood. No, he's changed his mind. He's coming toward big fellows. Oh, right up into the centre square. Travels. Good kick out. Bailey pushed in the back. And what should have been a free kick there. There could have been another one there, but Tony Shaw gets it out now. Taken by Dacos. The left foot kick in toward the weak position. Oh, it could have been a clash there. But it's a good chance here. Going in for Collingwood now. The kick is by Dixon. Looking for Williams. Can't find him. Jarrett made a bad mistake earlier. Wasn't a good kick. 3 Collingwood players. But Jamie Turner gets it out. Hand pass comes back now. It's shot in towards Sumner. The hand pass coming from Neville Shaw. The kick is up towards Williams. Thumped down to turf again. It's at Melbourne's half-back position. Thrown out by Dixon, and the umpire agreed.
Yes, and the umpire right onto that one. Peter Howe, as Russell Dixon scooped that one up, and umpires always pay that as a throw on. Half-back flank for Melbourne. A good opening. This is Steve Turner playing at centre-half back on David Cloak. Takes this free kick. Brings it towards the centre wing area. Robbie Flower. Over the back is Shane Morwood.
No one for Melbourne.
He'll go back after it to collect this one on half-back flank. Brings it to the centre of the ground. The mark has been taken by Tony Shaw.
The lead's in toward the half-forward zone. Now Williams leads the half-forward. He doesn't know where to go with the kick. He's put it up high. He missed 2 leads. The kick is delivered down. Oh. Bad football by that young fella from Melbourne who played so well early. Payne, but he does recover well. The left foot kick's beautiful pass too. Shoots it out to the weak position. There's a chance now for Richards. He's using his pace to get away. The left foot kick comes down the full forward zone. Lyon up high. Did he play it? He did. What a great mark. What a great mark. Lyon only 25 metres out from goal. Peter McKenna said before that this young fella can play football, and I think I'd have to agree, especially on that little piece I've just seen. Melbourne 2-2-14. Collingwood 2 goals for 12 points. Are on Sevens Big League in Melbourne through Gary Lyon, about to put another one on the board. Now another one of what I'm not too sure as yet. Should be a goal.
Gary Lyon from 20 metres out. He steps, and the goal umpire says, oh, that is a bad miss, Jack. I think you'd agree with that. That is a shocking miss from there early in the game.
I
They're
said
the
it
ones
should have
that
been
count.
a goal.
2-3-15 Melbourne. Collingwood 2 goals. They've been down there twice for 2 goals.
Mullane, look at this pace. He's got a bit of pace.
I'll say he has. He outran Nigel Cole before, and he's quick.
Mullane now from half back up to the wing. Cloak sets himself. Payne at the back for Melbourne spoiled. Comes down to Williams. Here's a go now. Williams left foot pass is a beautiful pass, and it's been taken by Taylor. Right, he's having a good piece of play by Williams. Taylor should go into the open goals now. He's waiting for someone to get down there. He may not make the distance, he's thinking. He's out about 45, 50 metres. He should make the distance, really. No, he's gone short. He's found one, and Gary Shaw takes the mark. Bad defence by Melbourne. And Gary Shaw a chance to kick a goal from only 35 metres out. Might be 40, would it be, Pete? It's no more.
35, 40 metres. It's certainly not far at all. But Melbourne have made some shocking errors that have cost them goals, Jack.
A chance for Collingwood to go to the front. Oh, it's a shocking kick. It hit the behind post, so it's out of bounds. Bad kick by Gary Shaw.
Yes, it was a poor kick, as Jack Edwards said. Back pocket. Ball is brought back. Fellows sets himself. That's his 4th mark, I would think, for the game.
Made a bad mistake there. Turned his back on the play when going back to take the kick.
Taylor And Hughes, Taylor flies. Oh! Or was it Peter Moore or Hughes? Let's see who was on the mark. They looked very alike. It was actually Peter Moore, stood there, didn't attack the ball, and Taylor took a mark uncontested on his chest. Now, whether the sun got in his eyes, I don't know, but he got that very, very easily, Brian Taylor, uncontested.
Well, Taylor came in from the side. Moore may have had the sun in his eyes, I can't say for sure, Pete, but he didn't go to meet the ball, I know that, and Taylor took full advantage of it, shooting for goal now. Oh, he just got it. It's a Collingwood goal. Collingwood in front. Taylor kicks his second goal. So on Sevens big league, Collingwood 3 goals, 18 points. Melbourne 2-3, 15 points.
We started out with 500 brand new Nissan Bluebird sedans and wagons, but at these special prices, they're running out. Bluebird GL 4-speed manual sedan with free air conditioning, just $10,990. Also Bluebird wagon from just $10,990. Bluebird GL sedan or wagon from only $10,990 from participating Nissan dealers, but only until they run out.
When it comes to your insurance, there's a name you need to know. They're safe and sure and they care for you more than the SIO.
I've been insured with SIO for years. Not long ago, I had an accident. A bad one. The car was a writer. Boy, was I glad I had an SIO agreed value policy. Instead of just getting market value, which could have been a much lower figure, I got back the full sum insured from SIO with no hassles. So if you have an accident, big or small, it's great to know with SIO, you'll be well looked after. They're okay.
Seems like those dreams are coming true. Looks like winning's back in style. You can feel Australia's smile, and we love to let it show. With the beer the whole world knows. Australia's favorite, Australia's fastest. Fastest, Australia's favorite beer.
While some of us in small business cling to the old ways of doing business, others have found a better way to close the sale. Get on the phone and get on with business.
8:30 tonight.
Sent 110 men into hell and only 8 came back.
In war, only the tough survive.
The Marine Corps has got to be stopped from this kind of excessive and brutal training.
The recommendation for Sergeant Adams be involuntary manslaughter.
The man dug his own grave, and now it's our job to bury him in it.
For God and country.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about deliberate, premeditated murder.
He's one of the few true heroes to come out of the Vietnam War. And the Marines take care of their own.
Quincy Emmy, 8:30 tonight.
Fellows doing well in the ruck, beaten by more on that occasion though, but Collingwood still get it away from the centre. It comes down to Cloak, who was kicked down there by Dixon. Cloak looking for someone, can't find him yet. Melbourne's defence under pressure. Dacos from the forward pocket, hooks it back. It's another one. A good goal by Dacos. He kicks his second goal, and Collingwood looking good at the MCG in the first quarter on Sevens big league.
Yes, a lovely goal to Peter Dacos. There's no doubt you can't beat. One thing in football, Jack, I think you'd agree, you can't beat class, and that's what Peter Dacos has got.
There's only one thing can beat class.
Yes, we know what that is. As we see him on screen, Peter Dacos, he wouldn't be 100% certain of his knee, but the Collingwood have been down there 5 times for 4 goals. Melbourne are on 2 goals, 3. And it's a good effort by Peter Dacos. 2 goals at his comeback in league football. Here on your screen is Greg Healy, down towards Reynolds in front. Fights for the ball. He's a good player, this kid. Phillips, he's a good player too. Out to Burgess. Burgess has got it at half-back for the Magpies. Up to Cloak. Cloak uncontested again. Was grabbed by the arm. Could have been a free kick to David Cloak. Ronnie McEwen is on the ground. He gets it out wide to Darren Mullane. Mullane is on half-forward. They're looking there for Taylor and Gary Shaw. Here's Taylor. He's got it. Hand passes it back. Grabbed by Darren Mullane. He kicks a high ball towards the goals. It floats. Turner off his hands, and the ball just dribbles over the line for 1 point.
Really some indecision down there by the Melbourne defenders. They were looking there. Collingwood was looking for Turner to fly for it, and I think Turner was waiting for Connolly to fly, so they nearly messed it up between them. 2-3 to 4-1. Collingwood lead here at the MCG. A good mark to Robert Flower.
He's still the idol of the Melbourne members.
Oh, he's the idol of the football public too. Finds Peter Moore. Oh, Butterfingers dropped that one. He gets around, fellows, only just. Should kick long. Oh, poor kick. Comes in toward the half-forward zone. Greg Healy taps it back. There's a chance for Withers, but he won't get there first. No, he's got there first. Chance for Cole. Soccers off the ground. Goes past Smith. Goes past Taylor. Smith backs up. There's a chance for Johnson, but Smith beats him to it. Johnson's caught it. Hooks it back to Phillips. Phillips can't get it out. I may have called him Taylor before. Cole now runs into Bailey. Bailey in trouble. With a chance now. Williams worried him out of possession. Kicked along the ground. Fellows, hand pass. It's opened it up in the centre, and the umpire said a free kick will go to Wes Fellows.
Yes, Wes Fellows tackled far too high. Melbourne had a great chance there, but their Collingwood fence is playing very, very well as we see Wes Fellows from half-back flank. Brings it towards Jamie Turner. Up he goes, and he marks... is it Jamie Turner? It is. The son of former Collingwood great wingman, Kenny Turner. 15-metre penalty. Turner a short pass, uncontested. Defense. Russell Dixon, he straightens up and he fires. It's a high one, it's wide, and is 1 point. A bad miss there to Russell Dixon from 35 to 40 metres out, directly in front.
I thought Turner would have gone to the lead of Taylor, which is down in the forward pocket, Pete. Maybe he can't kick that long. Taylor led out across the ground. He didn't come up the ground, so Turner had to go for a shorter pass. It's Cole going to the ball now from the full-back kick in. Taking it in the half-back zone, giving it in toward... Johnson hasn't done much yet, so he's about to come into it now, having his second kick. Hopefully for Melbourne he is, anyhow. Withers waited for the crumb, which didn't eventuate, and the mark has been taken by Smith. Smith of Collingwood thought might have got 15, gives it out to Morwood. Morwood's hand pass is clean and crisp, gives it out to Fellows. He shoots one in again. Collingwood looking good. It's a chance now for, not Dixon, is it? No, it's Sumner. Sumner's left foot kick coming in toward the centre. Can't be taken. Morwood's there again. Can't take it. A chance now for Phillips, right down the ground. Phillips looking for a hand pass. The kick was smothered. Flower beats him, and Flower shoots it out. Lovely to watch. There's no one home for Melbourne. Withers gets a hand pass into trouble nearly. Back to Flower, should go back to Withers. Here's a chance for Melbourne. Withers with the open goal. Takes plenty of time, and a very sloppy kick puts it through for one behind. That is dreadful, wasn't it?
That is the worst forward player you could ever wish to see. When Flower got that ball initially, Jack, I looked down at the Melbourne forward line. There was no one for 40 metres near the goals. Now, what sort of forward play is that?
Well, it was non-existent. Withers is coming off to...
Well, I'm not surprised after that kick. It was a shocker, as Greg Phillips has got. There's loose men everywhere in this game, as we see. Gordon Sumner, is it on half-back flank? It is. Brings it towards centre wing. Players set themselves over the back. It's no mark to Paul Payne. Grabbed by Ronnie McEwen. Good play. Here's the one-out duel. Hughes against Taylor. Hughes from behind punches it to the ground. Kicked up the ground by O'Sullivan. Out wide it goes to Gary Shaw. He's got it too. Gary Shaw swings onto the right foot. It's a little chip pass to Jamie Turner, and he's marked. It's centre-half forward, about 40 metres out from goal.
Melbourne defence getting a bit rattled because they seem to be finding loose men down there, the Collingwood players upfield. And Turner will take this shot for goal from about 45 metres out.
4 kicks to Jamie Turner, 2 marks. And, well, gee, Melbourne are making some blues.
Yes, they are making a few mistakes, Pete. They'll have to fix them up. Turner's kick looks good. Was it just off target? The umpire will say the Collingwood goal. Collingwood 5 goals 2. That will be 32 points. Melbourne 2 goals 4, 16 points on 7's big lead.
Yes, and well, Melbourne, they've got to do something about their forward line. Collingwood are playing well at the moment. Their defence is well on top of those Melbourne forwards, but it's unforgivable, I reckon, Jack, when you've got players upfield getting the ball, for no one to be near the goals for 50 metres, and that's what happened before. Reynolds leading far too far up the ground. He's got to get back in the square and lead from there and give his teammates someone to kick to, but a nice goal there to Jamie Turner from centre-half forward.
MCG, 7's big league. Ball put down. Moore tried to hook it back overhead. Fellows tapped it down, sock it out toward the Melbourne half-back man. Taken by Payne again. Did quite well for Melbourne in the first quarter. Now it's Smith of Collingwood with the ball. A hurried kick comes in toward Mullane. Mullane playing well too for Collingwood. Hooks it back. Chance for Jarrett. The ball eludes him. It bounces badly for all concerned. Cloak tried to tap it further afield. A chance for Dacos. Burke's with him. Dacos loses the run. Gary Shaw picks up. Hand pass comes into Cloak. No, it wasn't Gary Shaw. It's shot in towards Taylor. Another Collingwood goal. That who had the ball down there was Jamie Turner. I saw the curly hair and thought it was Shaw. But Taylor kicks another one. And Collingwood 6-2, 38. Melbourne 2-4, 16. Collingwood looking good on Sevens big lead.
Yes, good play by the Magpies and good team play by Jamie Turner. There he is on screen, Brian Taylor. He's kicked 3 goals. And he always plays very well on Danny Hughes. So they might have to think about that, Melbourne. 3 early goals to Hughes. He doesn't play close enough for my book for fullback. You've got to play Taylor very, very close and thump the ball away. But he's giving him too much latitude at this stage of the game. And Melbourne not playing well. Collingwood playing very, very good football. There's Newport. Kicks it straight to Mullane. Mullane having a great day. Kicks a high ball. Jarrett sets himself for the mark, and he's got it on half-back flank.
That was a good mark by Alan Jarrett to take that one. Very difficult mark to take. He's on the half-back zone, as Peter McKenna has told you, going for a kick that travels up toward the half-forward. Line will fly high for Melbourne. Got the hands to it, couldn't hold it. Cole burst out of the pack, looking for a forward. They've been leading out of position. This time they lead into position. Chance for a Grinter. Grinter's left foot kick swings back, but good defence. No one home for Melbourne again down there, as Peter McKenna's been saying. And the mark has been taken by Smith of Collingwood. He'll drive it out. He's about to kick towards Burgess, but changed his mind. Just kicked straight to the opposition. That was bad defensive play.
This is Nigel Cole. Waits for the bounce. He's got a ton of pace. He's a greatly improved player. He stabs at it. Oh, shocking kick. This is shocking forward play. It's terrible to watch as we see Burgess doing it easily. Tony Shaw back to Burgess, but there's Peter Moore. Still getting the hoots of the Collingwood supporters after all these years. We see Peter Moore. They've got to do something up forward, Melbourne. Over the back, Greg Healy. Nearly a mark. It was a mark, said the umpire. Greg Healy marks it centre-half forward.
There's a siren too to end the first quarter. So Healy's kick will have to be on target for Melbourne because they're trailing. They're only 2-4 to Collingwood, 6 goals 2, 38-16. Healy will take this kick for goal after the siren at the MCG. Hasn't yet scored any goals. So Healy's kick will be a distance of about 45 metres. It'll take a good kick, but he's normally a fair kick. A bit close to the man on the mark. He's popped it up high. It's on target, or is it not? No, it isn't. I think it's through for only 1 behind. So quarter-time scores on Sevens Big League from the MCG. Collingwood 6 goals 2, 38 points. Melbourne 2 goals 5, 17 points.
And our commentators at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, Jack.
I think a few years ago when they first started playing these matches up in Sydney, Hawthorn and North Melbourne, had 31,000. I think we might surpass that today.
Be very close to it, I would reckon. The Bradman stand, as you saw there, absolutely packed to capacity, and so too is the Pat Hill stand, which is right opposite us. That's the one in the background you saw there.
And it's the first time we've seen the cricket members' top deck packed out too, because that's very sparse most times.
That's the Noble stand. There's a few seats in the bottom tier. And, of course, the Clive Churchill stand isn't in use at this stage. So they couldn't fit too many more in. The Hill is packed as well. First quarter of the all-important Swans-Carlton game from the SCG. Madden and Ironmonger. It's won by Ironmonger. Stevie Wright puts the Swans into attack initially up towards Mitchell at half forward. Looks for the hand pass. They go forward through Edmund. A towering punt kick will result in the first score of the match, and it's 1 point, and that came up 19 seconds into the term. So 1 point. Kicked by the former Footscray skipper. And we await Bruce Dool to bring the ball back into play. Dool from fullback. Hunter underneath it. Great judgment.
Straight down the ground too with Bill Bob.
Yes, no doubt. Handball across now.
Over to Johnston. Former skipper up towards the left centre wing, or left half-forward flank it is. Picked up by Kernahan. Look for the hand pass. Back to Johnston again onto Meldrum, who's having a great year. Meldrum shot at goal. Will go pretty close. It won't quite be a score. At the back, Mark McClure. In front, can we say, his hometown crowd. He came from Sydney originally. And Mark McClure will bring up the first goal of the match from only about 3 metres out.
On replay now, we see McClure from behind judge that one to perfection.
And if he misses this one, he'll hang his head in shame, but he won't miss it.
He'll sit on the wing coming home on the plane.
I think he would. First goal of the match to Carlton at the 1 minute 20 mark of the first quarter. A great mark to The Carlton skipper leading by example, Carlton by 5 points.
What a fine player he's been for Carlton, Mark McClure, Bob.
Yes, he certainly has, Lou, and I'm just thinking of the tactic that Carlton used when they did bring that ball out. As we watch the replay, Meldrum going forward now, but with Bruce Dool coming out from full back. Players led to both sides of the ground and down the ground, and then Ken Hunter ran like mad back up the ground.
Carlton by 5 points. Mark McClure putting through the first goal of the match. Ironmonger and Madden. That's a line ball decision, that one. No one getting it away from the centre. Picked up by Bradley. The umpire's found a free kick. It's going to the Swans, and the recipient will be Paul Hawke at centre field.
Pretty heavy in the centre of the ground there. The umpire throwing the ball up. Hawke in a bit of trouble. He finally gets a kick back over half forward for the Swans. But there we see Robertson in the way. And a pretty strong defence Carlton have got. Ball back now towards the centre half forward position. The pack fly taken off the pack by Bradley. Gets Johnson. Not a good hand pass. Johnson's grab. Umpire still calling play on McClure. Goes down. Has a chance for right. Overruns the ball. Oh, golly go. Black will cop one a bit high, but the umpire will ball it out there on the centre wing position. Carlton 1 goal, 6 points. To the Swans 1 point only. Into the quarter by just on 3 minutes. That's the first. Right again has grabbed Johnson. Downsy, but too high. And he'll get a free kick. Could be on for young and old here today before it's over. A little bit of tension. And, of course, the Swans undefeated.
15-metre penalty, Luke.
Got the ball on the wing position across to centre half forward. Hunter in front. Now he gets to the back. Goes the tap out from Danaher. They pile on top of Danaher. That's Dean grabbing him around the back of the neck. And the umpire will ball it up. Back towards the Swans centre half forward position. Ball up again. Ground much firmer there around that area. Tapped out by Matt. Not a good knockout. And the umpire once again will ball it up. Into this quarter now, just on the 3.5-minute mark. Carlton 6 points to the Swans 1 behind only. Knocked out by Matt. Back it goes there. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Matt against Ironmonger. Got one too high on the shoulder. And he takes that free kick out there at half back. This is Justin Madden. Oh, he doesn't know where to go. He's going to lose this. Took too long, the big fella. Going through was Williams. He missed the ball. And there's round the neck that time to Shine. And the umpire playing the play-on rule there as Hawke gets the ball back. Now this is Witzel with the ball out there at the wing position. Boots it high. Up there it was. Oh, Dorothy's nearly marked that one. Punched away again by Edmund. Picked up by Dorothy again. Little Mitchell's there, and so is Edmund. The ball is out of bounds about 30 metres around from the Swans' goal. The Swans are 1 point only to Carlton. 1 goal, 6 points.
Boundary throw in the Swans' right forward pocket. Won by Madden. Picked up by Williams. Looks for a hand pass to Kappa. Dool playing in front though. Shoots the hand pass back into the pocket. Dean. Ashman. Long kick by the Carlton rover up towards Ironmonger. Great grab. Picked up by Paul Morwood, but the umpire has blown the whistle. Ironmonger takes the kick, goes for the hand pass.
Bringing it back again.
Oh, he was behind the mark.
No, he wasn't back behind the mark, Pete.
I thought he was. Now he is. It's the hand pass out, taken by Dennis Carroll. Carroll's kick up towards Madden at the back. Has he got that one? He has. Justin showing a little bit of aggro. Madden to centre wing. Paul Morwood almost took it. Bolton and Blackwell. Blackwell off the ground. Sockers it straight out of bounds. So boundary throw it on the centre wing position.
A little bit of feeling out there, Bob, at the moment,
certainly
isn't there?
Is,
Ironmonger had a great year last year before he was unfortunately injured. Over the top was the Carlton skipper Mark McClure. Bernard Toohey fumbles twice. Well, no, he got a high one out there from Murphy. Now he